Right, tell the story about the manhole cover.
Right, in the same magazine as the one with the cat and the fire and that.
Don't tell me that story again, it gives me the shivers.
Yeah, a cat that's got a weird expression on his face is against God.
Anyway, this isn't a scary story, this was just, like physics. Physics.
Yeah.
It was going on about the, nuclear bomb and how powerful it is. And, they put a manhole cover on top of one.
Okay.
Blew it up.
Yeah.
Never saw the manhole cover again.
Man alive, Carl. Unexplained.
What's going on there? Something weird is happening there. Oh.
If anyone has ever seen that manhole cover, please get in touch. We'd love to know where it is.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Finally, White Van Man, what do you make of the fact that Sainsbury's are bringing in square tins?
Is that
a
true?
concern for you?
Is that true?
Apparently so.
Why?
Don't
It's
know.
like it's easy to stack.
This is what the guy in the Sun has said. That should be interesting for... that should be... His comment on Sainsbury's are bringing in square tins is that should be interesting for meatballs. Ricky's just collapsed on the floor. Let's just play a song, Carl. I don't think even you can top that.
PJ Harvey, This Is Love, XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Carl. Carl called me in the week, Steve. I know we sort of banned each other from speaking to him.
What, you seem to have just disobeyed that rule every
I
week?
can't believe it. I just can't resist it. But he said, just saw a programme. He said, what's that big balloon that blew up? And the newsreader was going all mental. And I went, is that the Hindenburg? He went, yeah. Oh, I said it was a big Zeppelin. He went, yeah. He went, what happened? I said, it was helium, wasn't it? And I went, yeah. So it was just a huge Zeppelin full of helium. And what caused us, I don't know, it could be a spark or anything, but of course it just goes, because it's helium so flammable. And he went, now they didn't show this in the documentary, but did all their voices go funny? And I went, what? He went, well, no, even if you take a little bit of a little balloon of helium, your voice goes funny. So if that was like millions of gallons of it, and it blew up in the air, and it was in the atmosphere, you'd be talking like Donald Duck, he went. So imagine that. What I liked about it, I said, this wasn't in the documentary.
No, it's an oversight. Maybe just time was against him, they didn't have time to explain.
Just like that book about Hitler didn't have his one ball incident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
It's annoyed me, that.
What?
The old Hitler book.
Why?
Just because I knew it all. Do you know what I mean? I was cycling in today. I was like, going through it all again.
Yeah.
Had it all in my head.
But that's why you should know something as opposed to just cram and have a piece of trivia that's precariously sort of teetering on the edge.
But what I don't understand,
you know what I mean?
It's well, you're not interested by it.
That's what I
mean.
mean.
It's one of the most
you know,
fascinating things.
You know all about things you're interested in. You never forget them, do you? You know.
Yeah, I was a bit interested in it, but like I say, I mean, I'm cramming all this into a normal week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go on and, you know, you watch telly and that in the week, you've got loads of leisurely time. I'm sort of using the only little bit of rest time I have to learn, as well as trying to do all my other stuff.
Yeah.
He texted me yesterday about Hitler. He went, stop making me read this heavy shit. He said, I've seen in the back of this book, there's one on Elvis.
No, I mean, it is interesting, but not when you have to read it, do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's
But
more
do you
like
think
the
you'd have
other
read
time.
it in your leisure time?
To be honest?
No, you wouldn't
No,
have, would you?
I wouldn't.
No,
What do you do in your leisure time?
I like, you know, going out for food and that.
Right.
Foraging? What do you mean going out for food?
going
They
out.
come have a little hole and go,
Go hunting.
Yeah. This is Carl. He's hungry. He knows he has to get to the greasy spoon by 11. Wow.
Many of Carl's close friends have never made it across this road.
There was a zebra crossing installed just for the safety of Carl. Beep, 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 beep. Can I have a bacon butty and... Carl is enjoying his... Wow, but he has to get back.
His girlfriend's out for one as well. She's home with a PlayStation 2.
Wow.
Oh.
Beep.
Alright, Rick, it was David Bowie impressions earlier. Now it's just a selection of crazy sound effects, like that guy in Police Academy.
You said you wanted some. He hasn't got time to make them up. He's reading about Hitler. You heard him.
Do a machine gun or a helicopter.
We've got to do all our own sound effects. Oh. So do you want a week off? Do you not want to learn about Winston Churchill? Why don't you read it if you want to, and just if you get interested, then read on. I think
Because that's what I did with school, and it didn't work.
No, you decided you didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
But hasn't that taught you something?
can't we just do it like a TV series? It doesn't go on forever. We've done 3 weeks. Give it a rest now for like the summer.
Yeah, because most series last for 3 weeks.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favourite subject in the world? What's your favourite thing in the world?
I would have said what at school, like.
No, just in life. What are you interested in?
I like little interesting bits, like
sentences.
Atlantic Ocean. It's got 17 quadrillion gallons of water in it.
Right.
Well, that's interesting without having to read a book. And stuff.
Why is that interesting though? What are you basing that on? When you think of 17 quadrillion,
it's a lot, isn't it?
What are you imagining?
Just like a big wave. Imagine how much water.
Yeah.
Well, what's your subject then?
I don't know. No, it's just that Wilson, what's your favourite subject? You gave me a fact that is so.
No, but that sort of thing. Like I said to you before, you were talking about monkeys, and I said, do you know that if you give a monkey a childbirth tablet, it works on it the same way because it's kitted out the same.
Could I just say something? We weren't talking about monkeys.
What were we talking about then?
You know, we were talking about something completely different, and you went, if you give a monkey a childbirth pill, it works. That's what you said.
No, we were talking about monkeys.
We weren't. We were talking about sneezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you went, if you give a monkey childbirth pills, it works. That's.
Well, yeah, we were talking about interesting things about sneezing, and I remembered an interesting fact about monkeys. So.
Anyway, 2:30, brilliant. What did happen to that bloke who used to make the sound effects in Police Academy?
I don't know.
He was brilliant, wasn't he? Do you remember him?
I don't remember
Was
him.
he called Hightower?
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah?
If anyone knows, give us a call.
God.
Wu-Tang Clan, Uzi, on XFM 104.9. Well, here we are, the day before St Patrick's Day.
Oh, hooray! Brilliant!
Guinness, etc.
I hate English people, I should say, who are obsessed with celebrating St Patrick's Day. You know, all crazy. It's like Chris Evans used to rave on about it. We're going to Dublin, we're going to get drunk, wow. It's like, it means nothing
I
to
think
English
XFM
people,
just
doesn't
did
it?
that, to be
Well,
honest.
yeah, exactly. Just as bad.
Careful, they are employers. You don't want to annoy them. What would we do without this?
Well, that's true.
Eh?
Yeah, have an enjoyable Saturday.
No, this is my favourite 2 hours. You like this, don't you?
Well, I don't know.
We can't do this through May and June.
No, we'll be gone.
We've got to record the second series of The Office. What are we going to do, Carl? What are you going to do on a Saturday?
Host the show yourself?
Doing it on my own.
Yeah.
You are not.
Are you seriously thinking of it? Have they
We've
asked you
made
to do
you
it?
everything you...
Why would you not think about it?
Because I've been there, done that.
Next challenge, please!
Oh dear. Do you know what St Patrick did? Why he was revered as a saint and everything? What was he famous for in Ireland? He rid Ireland of something.
I don't know, but I bet he started off with something odd happening in his life.
What, you think he had asthma or something as a kid?
They all do.
And he took it out on what, though?
What did he do? Exactly, he took it out on something. What did he do? What did he rid Ireland of?
St Patrick.
St Patrick.
This is why we're going to get crazy and drunk tomorrow. This is why we're also happy to celebrate his anniversary, or whatever it is we're celebrating.
That's why we have a crack.
Yeah, this is why we don't bother to celebrate, the birthdays of James Joyce, one of the great novelists of this century, or Samuel Beckett, one of the great playwrights. We actually celebrate this man, St Patrick, the man who did what?
Don't diss him. He did a good job of it as well, because there's none there now. There are none of these in Ireland. So he rid Ireland of something.
Come on, Carl. Think of something. Just give us an answer. What's the
He
first
went
thing?
round on a horse whacking them and...
He went on a horse whacking them.
Yeah.
What was it, Carl?
What did he rid Ireland of?
Went on a horse. Foxes. I don't know.
No, you're on the right lines.
On the right lines.
Um,
It was an animal.
Oh. Bears.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Wow! It was snakes.
Right.
And there are no snakes in
He
Ireland.
rid Ireland of all the snakes.
Yeah.
Who did it here then? Because there isn't that many.
Well, I think he had a stab at it over here as well, but got tired and went back.
Yeah.
That's why there's
It's-
just a few snakes here.
it's
Is it true that there are no snakes in Ireland?
I think it is. I think if someone called us...
And what is there any historical evidence for St. Patrick ridding them of... I mean, how did he do it? Was it like the Pied Piper?
See, I'm not convinced that he did go around killing snakes, but there are no snakes
Really?
in Ireland, and that's... Yeah, I don't think the ins and outs. If someone knows the ins and outs, we had a few probability experts and statisticians and maths graduates confirming that indeed I was correct, that the probability of 1 to 6 in a row is no more or less likely than any other single combination in a totally random selection of balls. Which brings us back to Hitler, doesn't it? Because he only had one, didn't he?
Well,
But coming up, we'll be asking Karl all about Hitler, the education of Karl. He's done Rasputin, he's done Che Guevara.
Plus, of course, White Van Carl, where we
White
asked
Van Carl.
Carl some of the, his opinions on some of the hot potatoes of the week.
You learned as you go along because you've got something about St Patrick there.
Yeah.
That was thrown in for free. That was an extra.
I'll learn you something here. Snakes.
Well, sorry, can I just stop you there and I'll teach you something, right?
Oh, go on then.
You don't learn someone something. You teach them something.
Yeah.
It's not. One's passive. You
Do you know what I'm
learn.
Ricky, I'm
Or-
sorry, mate, but I don't think you should be teaching people how to speak or use grammar. I just don't think it's appropriate.
Snake.
It's embarrassing, frankly, because there's so many errors that you're making. It's like, where to start with you?
Oh.
Snakes, right? You're talking about snakes.
Yeah.
A lot of snakes are born with two heads. It's like a familiar type thing that happens to snakes. when
Okay.
you're
Yeah. They take it for granted, don't they?
born. Right. Snakes born two heads. They'll fight each other for food, even though it's going in the same body.
Isn't that weird?
Were there kids at school that you went with who had two heads?
The
and did that?
snake twins.
Yeah.
From Moseley. Oh,
There was kids at your school with two heads? Was that right? What?
No, they had big
heads.
heads.
Oh, they had big heads.
And webbed hands, but they
Right.
weren't related, and they weren't friends because that would have been too obvious.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, listen. Before you came in, right? I sneezed a couple of times. So if I'm allergic, I've still got a bit of a cold. And I said, "Oh God," he went, "Bloody hell!" I was like, "Sorry," and he went, "You know, you can't sneeze with your eyes open." I went, "Yeah." And then he was obviously thinking to himself still. And after a pause, he went, "Would your eyes really fly out?" And I started laughing. He went, "No, because that... Has anyone ever done that, do you think? Has anyone ever held someone down, torturing them, and held their eyelids open and gave them pepper and see if their eyes would fly out?" And he said, and then he went, I'm just looking at him again, the silence, and then he went, of his own accord, he just went, "I can't see it happening."
Your song here, Ricky.
Oh, this, Bowie. Sorrow. Beautiful. But, what do you think of him now, Carl? Now you've known him for these many years. What do you think of his looks objectively now that you've known him? Can you remember what you first thought?
Like I say, he's changed a bit. He's sorted himself out a bit.
Yeah.
Looks a bit better.
How? What's he done? What's he
I
done?
don't know. His hair's better.
Yeah, what was it before?
It was just a bit nothingy. Do you know what I mean? It was like just like if you just let your hair grow and do its own thing. Whereas now it's got a style.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it looks good.
Glasses, he's changed.
His glasses are stylish.
Yeah.
Just stay sat down.
Right, Rockbusters.
Some people like tall men.
Yeah, go on.
That's yeah.
But- Girls and boys.
You've embarrassed yourself then, Gervais.
What?
Well, we've had a number of calls and emails
Yeah.
pointing out that the Hindenburg disaster was not because the Zeppelin was filled with helium,
Hydrogen.
but filled with hydrogen.
Right, okay. Well, I thought about that when he told me in the
Well,
week.
yeah, but
I
let's-
assumed he must have got that off from the documentary. So it just went up. So that's probably why the voices didn't go.
That was
funny.
probably why it didn't feature in the documentary.
Yeah.
But it seems to me we should have thought of that. I mean, like, it's school fates and stuff where they're, like, filling little balloons with helium.
Yeah.
You know, there'd be all kinds of horror stories if they were just, just blowing up, left, right and centre. I don't think you can just blow helium up like that, can you?
What?
Isn't that the point?
What
What I'm
do you
saying
mean?
is it's not, it can't be as potentially lethal as hydrogen. Helium.
What? Hydrogen isn't as bad as helium.
No, helium's not as bad as hydrogen.
I don't know what you're saying because that Hindenburg was hydrogen.
Yeah, and I'm saying, why did we think it was helium? That's crazy. You go to fetes, school fetes and stuff with like little kids, and they're filling up little balloons with helium. They wouldn't have big canisters of helium, you know, at a charity event or you know, a small kind of bring and buy sale if it was deadly.
Yeah, but it's not as big. I mean, when you buy those balloons at a fair, it's not as big as that big.
But presumably
balloon.
it's still flammable, is it?
But it wasn't the fact how dangerous the rare gas was, or it was the fact that it was made of this thing that caught fire and just went. There was nothing. A hole in it would have been as bad. It just burnt quickly and fell to the ground because the hydrogen or helium escaped. It wasn't. It was irrelevant that what the gas was, wasn't it?
I thought it was that there was supposed to be some kind of explosion.
Well, I don't know what it was, but the point is because the outer thing was so thin, right? The gas inside escaped and it fell to the ground.
So it just fell to the ground like when you've popped a balloon.
Well, not
It didn't
quite.
sort of go.
It didn't like flap all over the place and make a zany noise.
But I tell you what, because when I was looking on the internet in the week for it, I was like trying to get a bit more info on it. Guess how many balloons it would take, helium balloons, to lift a human up?
Go on.
6,000.
Should we do it?
If you want.
Brilliant. Next week, that's got to be a challenge.
Can we? Is there a sort of balloon company or some sort of party company that are willing to sponsor us to lift Karl
into the air with helium balloons?
10 feet off the ground, where we're tether him down, right? Is there someone willing to pay for 6,000 balloons to try and lift
We
Karl
could maybe
up?
get some kind of company to sponsor it. I'm thinking like Electrolux, if they're going to sponsor puddings.
If they're going to sponsor puddings, and celebrities, Russ Abbott, they will sponsor Karl being lifted. Heat magazine, come on. They're a big selling, very successful magazine there, and they'd know about Karl because they mentioned him. Heat magazine, can we have a heat balloon? Yeah? Oh,
6,000's an awful lot,
into the
Rick.
air. It's the heat 6,000 Karl challenge. Lift Karl 10 feet into the air.
Yeah.
Come on.
What about if it was Karl and Dr. Fox? We could get 2 different balloons.
I think we need a lot more than
It's
6,000.
a lot more for Fox, isn't it?
Mix, yeah. The heights. I just explain what I'm laughing at. Right? We just had a call from someone saying his company would sponsor Karl, right, to be raised by all these balloons if he could have a walk-on part in the office. And we immediately went, oh, we're worried about that sort of thing. You can't really promise that artistic, you know. And I was worried about the legality of it as well. How can you promise someone that for personal gain that's a private, and all that sort of stuff, right? And I went, oh, I don't know. And anyway, put the phone down to him, and Karl went, I love the fact you're more effing worried about that than me being raised 30 feet in the effing air. You started getting scared, did you? Are you worried about it?
Well,
You're quite excited about the idea of the challenge, though, aren't you?
I like the idea, but I want, like...
Why do you like the idea, Karl?
Oh, what if it went all wrong and we're there going, oh, the humanity of it.
I think we need
Karl,
to get...
he's just
and the rope would pull out my trousers and punch me.
Oh, no, it's definitely got to be Dr. Fox if that's going to happen.
Oh, God. Oh, we've got to do this.
So hang on, but let's just think about because wait a minute, I mean, we say this, but we'd have to get all kinds of health and safety people involved.
No, we wouldn't.
Of course we can't just start raising you in the air.
No, you're allowed to do it on private land, aren't you?
Look what happened to the Hindenburg!
No, but I was just saying there was lots of people died. Listen, look, all we do is we get someone, right?
But what if he gets loose and he just floats off into the air?
No, he never, and he meets his magpie that he lost. He used to peck his grifter.
Balloons.
So,
I'm so excited about this. Listen, we've got to do this.
No, but
Please.
shut up a minute. Let's just stop and think about it. It's
Right.
60,000
Balloons.
balloons.
Look, no,
Was
it's
it
not. It's
6,000?
6,000.
But 6,000 balloons, that's a lot of balloons.
No, it's not. No, it's
don't
not.
be silly.
For
6,000
sponsorship, people pay for... no, listen, it's worth it. There must be a company out there that'll pay for this, just so we can film
Hang
it.
on, is there not an easier way of just getting one big balloon? Then the challenge is there's no challenge there.
No, it's
Yeah,
got to
it's
be.
not
It's
funny.
got to have people coming up and hooking balloons. It'd be like Buckaroo, and the person who puts the balloon that actually raises him 10 feet wins a prize or something.
So hang on, so what we've got each person with like 500 balloons.
Yeah.
That's mad. Can you imagine how many balloons that is? That's ludicrous.
6,000. Yeah.
That's an awful lot of balloons.
I don't know. There must be someone that could do this. Oh look, people have walked on the moon for Christ's sake. We can raise Karl Pilkington with some balloons.
Yes, but they had a NASA budget. We've got XFM behind us.
Yeah, but balloons.
Yeah.
balloons are cheap. You can get about a pack of 25 for about 150.
Right, fine.
No,
True.
Yeah, the helium though, Carl. You can't just like attach yourself to a pack of balloons.
No, but
What, you think we blow them all up?
with helium,
Right.
Oh.
off you go.
But then we can do something with the balloons, can't we? Like release them afterwards.
Oh, we'll release them back into the wild. Brilliant, as a sign of peace. Fly, my pretties, fly,
Listen,
be free.
I am so excited. I've not been so excited about, and when I thought that Robin Ince was going to stay in my cupboard for £1,000. Look, we've got to do this.
6,000 balloons. I don't think it's going to happen. That's an awful lot of balloons, and I just I don't see how we can tether them all to Karl. He's a small man.
No, but
because
you
you
can,
have different lengths, don't you?
yeah, exactly. Carl knows.
Can you think about the logistics of this?
Oh, someone must know. There must be a company. There's a bloke willing to do it. I know he doesn't know the technology of it. He's willing to sort of stand back.
And
What sort of company just
Come on,
has
we-
access to helium like that?
But we can do this. Come on,
And
London,
someone's done it, 'cause
Londoners.
It was on the internet already, so someone obviously has done it.
Yeah.
So they didn't say, "Oh, we can't get hold of the balloons."
No, they probably worked it out, didn't they?
I
Must
can't,
have been.
Karl, you're more excited about this than anything else. About your education, about your exam results.
is
You're so
exciting.
excited.
And we'll have a little rope. We're like flying a little kite, a little Carl. We're like, let's go.
Karl, what
fly.
will you wear? Like a one-piece jumpsuit
Yeah, it'd be lovely.
with sponsorship all over it?
Oh, it'd be
Yeah.
great. You look like Jackie Stewart, and just as you go up your little face, oh my God, I'm not going to sleep until this is done. This is the most exciting thing ever.
Only 10 feet.
10 feet, yeah. And
We
we'd
need some.
tether you.
We'd need some kind of rope to sort of tether you to the ground. We
Yeah.
don't want you sort of flying
This
off.
is going to be great. And he'd have a little crash helmet and everything, and little deedie boppers on the crash helmet, like
Yeah.
he's a little flying ant.
Definitely.
We give him a little. Oh my God, can we give you an outfit like little wings and everything?
Can we
Oh.
paint your face with like children's
No,
paint?
I'm not
Yeah.
doing all that.
Why?
Oh, because that would be silly.
Oh, please, Carl, do this. Do it. We'll do it for charity. We'll do it for charity. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, this is.
We'll
gonna
do it
be
for children in
brilliant.
need.
Please, just phone in if you can help us. Lift Carl up 30 feet. Let's say 30
I think
feet.
it has to be a decent.
Yeah, it has to be a decent
What
height.
is there a world record? Because we want to break that. If we're
Yeah, I
going
want to break that. What is the world record for raising a man by balloons?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
so listen. Let's just finalise details here. We've got.
I'm so excited.
Email address ricky.gervais
Yeah.
at xfm.co.uk.
Yeah.
Ricky.gervais at xfm.co.uk.
What's the number? What's the number?
The number, Karl?
08700 800 1234.
Give it
Lift
again, give it
Carl.
again.
Lift Carl.
08700 800 1234.
Sponsored by Heat Magazine
And
or
you,
something.
maybe
like
even if you've just got an idea about how we might be able to organise it, how we might be able to get it done, if you've got contacts, anything, just get in touch, give us some information.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm gonna play a Beatles track for song for the lovers.
Oh, man.
It's off the Help album, and it's You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. Oh, just think of his little face as he goes on.
Could be televised.
Well, XFM, we're nearly the end of the show. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant. We've enjoyed your company. Carl, we're going to try and get Carl in the air. Anyone that can help us, take him up with helium balloons. Our friend Johnny Mango called again, and apparently the record's 11,000 feet. Carl is getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah, the world record is 11,631 feet raised by hot air balloons.
Yeah.
How tall's Canary Wharf?
It's 11,631 feet. Exactly.
What's-
I don't know, Karl.
Is it how much higher?
It's a long way.
More.
I'm not doing
Lot.
Because I'm like 6 foot something.
Yeah, think of that. Just look at Steve.
Alright?
Yeah.
But you can change your record. You could say, well, the sort of balloons are the one with Mickey Mouse on it or something.
Yeah, could I just
Change it
could I just
slightly.
say something? That man did 11,000 feet, but he wasn't naked. All right?
Come on, Karl.
Your 30 feet will be the world record for naked ballooning. Yeah?
Mm.
Think about it.
Alright, it's for charity.
Well, thank you for listening, everyone. We are going to raise Carl. We are going to raise Carl. And after Carl said, and just to think, my teacher said I'd never be a high flyer. So this is your chance, Carl, to shine, to fly.
Steve.
It'll be brilliant. This is a final song for the ladies. Belle and Sebastian, we've not heard them for a while. This is from, it's actually a B-side or a triple side or whatever you call it. Track 3 on a single called Jonathan David. This is the beautiful The Loneliness of the Middle Distance Runner. Play it.
Goodbye.
You're brilliant impressions, because obviously while Bowie was playing, you were doing your infamous Bowie impression, which is the best one you do, actually.
Well, that's just because Carl said, you know what, I said, I'd love to go out for a drink with David Bowie. Of all the people that come in here for sessions, I think he's really good at him. And I said, I think he'd like you as well. That's all, and I just went, hello, Carl. You're strange, you're alien. It interests me. Myself and Ian, I'd like to put you on them. Yeah, I just imagine you and Bowie in a pub somewhere.
Isn't that pretty much the same impression you do when you do Ian Canfield?
No. Ian Canfield's more like that. But not on air. On air, he's sort of like this sort of eloquent 40-year-old capital DJ.
Yeah.
And,
But when you talk to him in the studio,
he's
like a
slowly
rock
turning.
legend.
He's slowly turning into Tommy Vance, isn't he? This is one of his pillars of rock. Canfield. He loves Vance, Lemmy, Diano.
If we run out of material later in the show, which is likely,
Yeah.
considering we're now talking about
No,
Ian
we ran
Canfield's
out of it at
favourite-
1:05.
Exactly. But could I maybe just sort of interview you as David Bowie?
Yeah,
in a
that
sort
would-
of humorous sketch.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Maybe it could be the idea that what if like David Bowie was a cab driver? What would
Well,
he say? What was some
well,
of
I
the
saw
funny
that-
things he would
We
say?
saw that, what was that in when it said, Dead Ringers coming up? If you've ever wondered what, it
Did
would
you
sound
see
like...
this? Dead Ringers is this impressionist show. They did it's on Radio 4 and they did a TV version.
Yeah, I saw it.
What did you make of it?
Didn't like it.
It was alright, no, it was just that the write-up in,
Radio
one
Times, I
magazine,
think it
the
was.
Radio Times, said, ever wondered what it would be like if, Robbie Williams was singing George Formby? Or, what would it be like if, there was an
I think
animal
it was,
hospital...
was hosted by Anne Robinson.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually I have wondered. Were those two sketches on there last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were they like?
You are the weakest.
You are the weakest dog
skink.
or something?
No, what was it? It was something like they had to vote off an animal to die or something. It was something like that. Yeah, it was.
This is
all right.
flagging. Quick, do your Bowie again.
Oh, come in here. Look, it's Tin Machine. Now let's play changes. Hello, Iggy Pop, you nutter. Stop cutting your sound.
Coldplay, The Scientist. Have you seen the video of that?
Great, it's just brilliant.
I think I might have worked out. What is, he's walking backwards, it's all filmed backwards, but he's singing forward. Now, the only way I can work out they've done it, without CGI in it and cheating with the lips, is that he had to
Learn how
learn
to
it
sing it
backwards and did it sort of like bit by bit. Did he do that?
He was on Zoe's show like about a week ago or
Oh,
something, and
so he
he actually
lo-
sang it backwards.
So he learned phrases and they filmed that.
Yeah.
But he didn't learn the whole song, did he? They must have, he couldn't possibly have learned the whole song. He must have, like, stopped it and...
Don't know. I just
It's a great video, though. They always do a good video.
No, it's very good indeed.
So it was, yeah, The Scientist on XFM 104.9. Rick Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
I had a bit of good news this morning.
Go
Rick.
on.
I was on the tube coming down, and I don't want to sound arrogant, I don't want to sound pushy, but I was at Green Park, and I'm fairly certain, Rick, it's not 100% corroborated, I'm fairly certain that a woman pinched my arse. So what do you think of that? Yes.
There's a lot of pickpockets around Green
No,
Park, so be careful.
no, my wallet was still there.
Really?
But even if it wasn't, that would have been money well spent. But but the wallet was still there. So what do you think of them apples? Eh?
So what did she just pinch your arse?
I can't confirm it at this stage, exactly what happened, but it certainly felt like a pinch. I looked round, there was a woman behind me.
Right.
She was fairly old. I think she's probably in her mid-30s.
Right.
Kind of reddish hair.
Right.
I don't know if she's listening.
Right.
But, she knows where I am. And, so I don't know how to proceed, really, Rick. I don't know if it's worth putting up some posters around the Green Park area.
Well, what you could
just
do-
to try and corroborate it.
Well-
If you saw a woman pinch the lanky guy's arse,
No,
please
well,
get in
you
touch.
could probably get in, contact with British Rail and go back over their CCTV
Exactly,
thing.
CCTV cameras, yeah.
And then they could probably zoom in and, so identifying sort of birthmarks or she might have been holding some
Then I could hire a private eye.
Yeah.
Again, money well spent.
Well, so there you go.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying maybe maybe things are looking up.
Things
It's getting
are-
towards Christmas.
The worm has turned.
I mean, it's a little, sexy story to get the show going.
It is
But
pretty
what do you make
sexy.
of that then, Carl?
What do you
'Cause I know
think of that,
you're
Carl?
quite damning. What's your answer?
Well, I mean, you're quite a tall fella,
Sure.
so she must have really wanted to sort of reach up and have a pinch.
Hmm.
Do you know
Well,
what
you
I
think
mean?
maybe
was a dwarf?
she did it with her teeth?
He
you
didn't say
think?
she was a dwarf.
No, but Steve's taller than his arse.
Yeah, but his arse isn't 6'9", is it? His arse is about 3 foot off the floor.
4 foot.
What?
4 foot off the floor.
No, I don't think so. About 3. She'd have to be a midget to have to reach up to pinch Steve's arse. He is very tall, but
I don't know what your point is there, Carl. You're just trying to, you're just,
No,
I think
no.
maybe just a little bit jealous. Just a little bit of jealousy.
Well, do you know what happened to me on the way in?
go on.
A homeless person called me a dickhead.
How did he know? Do you know him? Is that why?
He's like the local
Ne'er-do-well.
big issue fella.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he knows me, he sees me walking up and down the street.
Oh, that's
a
how he
lot,
knew you.
Right? So normally I have a bit of a chat with him and that. And I walk past him. And, I can be a little bit cheeky with him, because I've been cheeky with him in the past. with stuff.
You pinched his arse.
No, just, you know, saying stuff like, God, you're always there, I mean, you got home to go to, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
no,
just breaking the ice, go on.
He knows, and he'd laughed at that, right, last time, so I thought I can be a bit cheeky, right? So he goes, do you want a big issue? I said, no. He said, come on, I've got loads of them, right? So I sort of said, when I was a kid, and I used to do a free paper around the free papers one, I said, just put them in the bin and go home, right? And he went, yeah, but how am I going to get any money doing that, you dickhead?
You see, I can see his point. He is homeless and having to sell newspapers to get 50p or a quid or whatever.
Yeah, and sometimes I treat him, right? And today I didn't have any money. I had a takeaway last night, and I normally give them a quid, and I felt bad not being able to do that because I didn't have any money on me last night.
Right.
I couldn't look him in the eye.
Did you explain this to the homeless person, the traumas of the takeaway without the tip? Did you explain that, you know, you've had it hard as well? I go, look, you don't.
I had food delivered to my warm flat.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah,
you don't know what that's like. You don't know what the trauma is because you can't have food delivered to your flat because you haven't got one. So please don't look at me like that. You should have said.
But most people ignore him. At least I gave him a bit of acknowledgement and sort of.
Took the mic.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was. I just was being friendly.
No, I know.
You got to be careful with the homeless because this is true, and this is you know when the clocks went back recently, so you got an extra hour in bed.
Yeah.
And I was at Cash Point with a friend of mine, and there was a homeless person sat by the Cash Point, and you know, we would get some money out, and she said spare some change, and my friend's he's a bit awkward. He's just trying to make conversation with her. He went, "Oh, clocks go back. Extra hour in bed."
Oh no.
I gave her 2 quid. I felt so bad. He didn't do it intentionally. He didn't realise what he'd said. Just making conversation.
Bumbling.
It's tricky making conversation with the homeless because there's so many areas you've got to avoid. You know, what was on the telly.
Yeah.
You know.
Although I get recognised by homeless people and think, are they? I don't know where.
Well, you got to remember that's very much your demographic, Rick.
Yeah.
You know, people who watch TV through the window of Dixon's.
In Dixon's. Yeah, there was a Ricky Gervais on.
Yeah.
Pop the telly on.
They can smell the alcohol on you. They think you're one of them.
I've had to cut down on that. I've been really good with this training thing.
The boxing.
Play a record and I'll tell you about that. I had my first week of training. I'm in trouble. I'm struggling.
What do you want to play?
Oh, we've got a bit of, have we? Stone Roses, classic.
That's the Strokes, and last night we just had a call, didn't we, from Johnny Mango.
Oh yeah, Johnny Mango, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, old the Mankster. And he informed me that one of the Wurzels is dead, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, Adge Cutler, who was the lead man, I think.
Yeah, he said he died the most rock and roll death you can die. He said he was apparently driving on a terrible cocktail of cider and other things, presumably.
Yeah.
Apples and jams.
Yeah.
And he crashed into a tractor. Now, I wonder, is that true? JM's not winding me up.
Yeah,
I hope the Mango Boy's not having a laugh at me. Is that true? One of the Wurzels died by tractor. Did he? Is that true? So give us a call. What's the number again, Carl?
08700 800 1234.
If so, I'm sorry that I disrespected them. I didn't know.
Could you imagine?
Oh God.
If, right, say if like you're the driver of the tractor, and you kill someone, you go, oh God, I've killed someone, and then you look and it's someone famous.
Yeah, or Adge Cutler. Yeah, go on, what was your point?
No, it's just like, not
Terrifying,
only,
yeah.
it's like you've killed someone, then you look.
But I know what you mean.
And
Actually,
what makes it even worse? And what makes it even worse? They were rich.
Yeah.
Oh, that
No,
would
but
be.
say if it was someone who's like really big in the world.
No, that is I quite like that. It's an interesting point,
Oh,
that.
that's your bag. No wonder I can't find what I'm looking for.
Oh, right, well...
As Bono said.
Did you bring a bag?
Yeah. Sorry,
Is that under there, Rick?
sorry about this. I'm not
Play a record.
ignoring.
This is getting a bit sloppy, and
No, it's not. No,
No, it is, Rick. It's getting sloppy.
It's never got sloppy before. No, I've got a list here because we went to this award ceremony in the week. We were up for an award.
Well, I have to explain it to Carl, because basically we were up for an award, and it's called it's the Trick Awards. Now, Trick stands for Television and Radio Industries Club Annual Awards, right?
We'd never heard of it either.
We never heard of it. It's some kind of, like, television radio industry club. That's why
Yeah, that's the clue, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. So, but we don't want to. I'm not trying to slag off the award
No.
because it was, it was a big thing, and they really made an effort, and it was really nice. Food was brilliant. It was at the Grosvenor House Hotel, really nice do, and You know, lots of industry people in that there. It was really classy.
We got there nice and early, so, you know, we were there for a good 4 hours.
Before we had to sit down. But it was just kind of surreal. It was just a bit weird, because it was packed with the cream. I'm literally the cream. Big names, you know. Martin Kemp, one of the first people I saw, you know, came in. Like, big TV, radio industry names. On-screen talent, behind-the-scenes people.
John Barnes
was there.
Beadle was there.
Sir Cliff Richard was there.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so the voice comes on and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chairman of the president of the Trick Awards." And we had to stand up. All of these people had to stand up and give a standing ovation as he walked to his table to Tom O'Connor, former presenter of Crosswits.
You're joking.
No.
He's the president.
And he came out, he told a few gags, sort of like, it was like, straight away, it was, you know, old school stuff. You want to thank the ladies, because, you know, it was nothing without the ladies, all the lovely ladies here. And we're waiting for a joke. No. Just thanking the ladies.
Well, you're forgetting that just prior to that, he said grace.
Oh, he said grace.
Before we ate.
Right? It was me, Steve, and Ash, you know, our producer, the little, disabled fella, right? And he's there in his wheelchair, and there's me and Steve. We're standing up during
By the way,
grace.
can I just stop you there?
Go on.
Saw someone in the week, and,
Sorry, did we bore you?
you just reminded me then about the little producer who's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Last week you said, blah, 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 and our producer who's in a wheelchair got a text from someone saying, "What's happened to you?" They thought you were talking about me.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh.
You're handicapped in a different way.
So, go on.
And, Tom O'Connor, he said, thank you, God, for...
We thought this was a joke initially. We thought it was going to be like a kind of cheeky gag.
That's why we were laughing out loud.
That's why we were laughing raucously.
But anyway, and then he went, thank you, for this, and help those who walk alone. And Ash went, what about those that don't walk at all? He said, I've never been left out of grace before.
So, but we had to like, kind of like bowed our heads slightly, you know, and did we say amen? I know that we were sort of, a lot of people did.
I'm pretty sure
Cliff, I think, probably chimed in there.
Yeah.
And
he sang it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
like Mariah Carey.
So anyway, but before, again, you see, what Ricky's forgotten is before Tom took to the stage, this guy walks up there, I don't know who he is, says, there's a lot of people here this afternoon, you know, it's a wonderful event, but of course there's a load of celebrities as well.
He said, thank you for all the celebrities that have turned up. And then he went, table 77, Mr. Russ Abbott. And we all round of applause. Can we have the spotlight there?
Russ Abbott, by the way, smoking a pipe. Actually, he looked like, a bit like, Barrett Holmes, this hilarious Sherlock Holmes character.
Then he went, table 107, the cast of Bad Girls. Clap.
We like to clap.
And then he went, table 5, Alice Beer. Clap.
Slightly smaller clapping.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just like, and I thought, when is this gonna...
he went through every single celebrity in the room.
And there were about, 100.
Table 53, John Inman, everyone. It's John Inman. Round of applause.
Yeah, and, table 70, Mr. Simon Cowell. Boo.
Yeah, there was booing there.
And they all booed him.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was a joke. Ironic booing, I think.
Could they cheer for Foxy? Was he on the table?
We didn't see Foxy.
Foxy wasn't there. He was doing his show. When they went up, they won an award, Cowell and Waterman and Chapman.
Table 43, Peter Sissons, everyone. Peter Sissons. Went through every single name. Ricky got so paranoid they might mention him that we kind of legged it upstairs and were watching from the balconies. They shone the spotlight on our table. And it was largely empty. That was particularly fun. But then at the end, Sir Cliff got up there, right? Because Sir Cliff was giving out the Lifetime Achievement Award, right? He gets up, he used to speak, he goes, "Oh, this is a personal friend of mine, a 7 days a week friend. Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Mrs. Gloria Hunniford." Right? We immediately start thinking, what exactly were her lifetime achievements?
I think living that long.
That's pretty much it. I don't know what it is she's done, Gloria
tell you
Hunniford.
what she does.
I don't exactly, I know she used to have a Radio 2 show, I don't think that's
We're not
anymore.
dissing her, we're not dissing anyone.
Good luck
We're
to
not taking the mick out of anyone, but
anyway,
it was just a strange event.
But Gloria got taken unawares by this, and started to ad-lib a speech, right? And I swear to God, about 12 minutes in, she was telling us how, and I can tell you now if you're interested, her lovely daughter Karen is currently in Australia, it's partly work, it's partly a holiday, Carl, and she's having a whale of a time, but she's not spoken to her for ages.
And then she went, actually she's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I thought she was going to go, she doesn't call, you do that, you get a blue Peter, and this is how she
we thought she was going to get photos out maybe, start showing it.
It was a nice event, and everyone there, Henry Cooper was there. So Henry
It was so good because every single element as well was sponsored by someone.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the menu, I've got the programme here, and the menu, right, the pudding is sponsored by Electrolux.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had a pudding sponsored by Electrolux.
I was sponsored by Zanussi.
When everyone was doing the prayers, did you look at them with their eyes shut? like you did at school?
What do you mean?
Well, when you had
Did you look at someone with your eyes shut?
No, like, you'd do that. You'd do your hands together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you sort of look at people with their eyes shut and think that's what they look like when they're sleeping.
Play record.
Didn't you ever do that?
It was a good day, yeah. Ice Cube talks to me about my life in the hood.
Yeah.
A couple of emails are already coming in. They're flooding in, Rick, inevitably, as boxing name suggestions for you. This is one from Matt, I think. He's given a couple, actually. Ricky the Pudding Gervais. Ricky Big Mac Gervais. There's a theme here. Ricky Pasty Gervais. The pasty. I quite like the pasty. Here comes the pasty.
As Carl said, he said the thing is, if you have a really good nickname, it's embarrassing when you lose, whereas if you just call yourself, it's not so embarrassing when you lose. Carl, this is doing no good for my ego.
Do you know what I mean? If you have, like, Killer Gervais.
Yeah, and then you end up, like, vomiting, choking on your own vomit upside down, hanging out the ring.
What happens if you win? Do you have to do something
Whereas
proper?
there goes the pasty being stretchered off in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not such a problem.
There he is, being lightly basted. And chucked down a mine. What do you mean, what do I have to do?
Say if you beat Grant, say.
Yeah.
Say if that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What happens next?
What do you mean, what happens next? What? Do you think, this is a contention fight for the big one?
But do they,
yeah.
Well, then we make Ricky 2.
No, but, you know, do you know if they're planning on making more money? Because it's for comic relief, isn't it? So what happens on the night?
No, it's for a charity of our
Comic
choice.
relief would make sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Whatever, right.
Yeah, it was last time. I think that was last time.
Is it sport relief? It's not sport
It was
relief.
last time, yeah, but I think this is a programme where
And how do you make money for charity from this? Do we pay to sort of, for how many punches to the head you're gonna take? Or
No, I just
how
think
long you're gonna last?
I assume the BBC donate money, or someone, a sponsor or whatever, so I don't know, just donate, because it's actually a programme. This is more about a programme with a charity angle. So, yeah.
So as if you get, like, killed, there's more money and food to go around. Maybe. But no, I mean, the thing is, what's the next step? Because if they go like, right, yeah, well done, you've won, thank you very much.
Carl, what do you expect? That its winner stays on?
Yeah.
Like in a fair, where I go out there and I let people punch me in
on Bernard Manning.
Yeah. And then my twin gets up.
Yeah.
It's just it's a programme.
He's not gonna turn pro.
It's like faking it.
Yeah, but what's the point if it's not gonna go anywhere?
Well, look.
Sorry, him fighting Grant Bovey in a ring is not entertainment enough.
Yeah, what's the matter with you,
The
Carl?
man's gonna get his face pummeled in, that's gonna be hilarious.
Right, when I did boxing at the youth club.
Once, when he did boxing, he fought once, he fought a little weak kid, because it was his first day, battered him. Next week, it was someone else's turn, and he got battered and he left.
Yeah, I said, right, I've had enough. But there was
Yeah.
there was a ladder there that I had to work. Right, and I decided after the sort of the first step, I thought, it's not for me, this.
Yeah.
But if you win, it's all kind of like, right, well...
Yeah, the world's your oyster.
But it's a programme. It's just a one-off programme, isn't it? It is like, you gotta treat it like faking it.
Yeah, but faking it, right, that little gay fella who ended up being a doorman, he's actually doing that as a proper job now or something, he loved it so much.
Do you seriously think I have any intentions of getting into the fight game and leaving entertainment behind?
Well, what's the point then?
What do you mean? What's the point in watching television? It's entertainment.
Or educational. I watch it to sort of soak in information.
Well, this is educational. I'm learning a lot. I'm actually learning a lot, and I can't believe my luck. I've got professionals telling me, you know, hopefully how to lose weight and punch hard. That's just fun. It's like having golf lessons.
Right, but say, I mean, here's an example.
Go on.
It's a nice way to plug it. We've got Rockbusters coming up in about 10 minutes or something, right? Now,
Look forward to that.
people email in, and they don't just do it for fun, they do it because they know they've got some good prizes lined up.
Right.
So they're doing it because it gets them something.
Yeah, my prize is that I've learned something in life. I've gone through an experience, and hopefully I'll come out in some way better if I don't get mashed. That's it. That's the prize. That's why we do anything, isn't it?
I think this is example of you, Carl, is you give up too easy.
Yeah,
you know,
and
you took up the boxing, you gave that up straight away.
You think there's no point in anything?
I did Crusaders for I think I lasted that out for about 4 weeks.
What's
that?
Crusaders?
Well, he was my mate, right? He was religious.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not, really. But...
No, I mean, you believe in ghosts, though, and shadows pushing people off bikes, but go on.
But it's the same time, I think I told you once before that I went to the church with this lad because I swore and he said he was going to tell me dad.
Yeah.
I was effing and jeffing. So he said if you come...
Is that how they get people to church nowadays?
I love that little kid that, yeah, he hasn't got the idea of the protection game. There's nothing in it for him. Either you turn to religion or I tell your father.
Right, so I went to church with him and that, and then the next week he said, I know that was rubbish and you didn't enjoy it. It's when I got kicked out for messing with a tennis ball in the pews, right?
I don't think we've heard that, but I don't think we could possibly go into that now.
Summed it up.
Yeah.
So,
well, no.
No, come on, we'll come back to that. You had a tennis ball and some pubes.
No, in the pews.
In the pews, right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went there and I said, I don't think much of this church thing, it's a bit boring.
Sorry, and so you went to church and you ended up in the Crusades?
No, it's called the Crusaders. What it is, it's meant to be the fun part of religion for kids.
Right.
And my mate said, oh, you want to come along? It's, you know, you go on a Friday night and do it on a Sunday as well. Right, so I went on the Friday night, it was brilliant. They had Sabutio, played table tennis in this dead big old house.
And what do they do at the end? Say, I hope you enjoy yourself. Remember, God gave you all this.
Well, it's sort of, you know, enjoy the simple things in life. You don't need computer games, you can play table tennis and that, and talk with your friends.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. I thought, yeah, that's alright.
I think you'd be happy in a young offenders institute. You get to clean the toilets there.
But don't forget, Carl, I think God invented Nintendo too.
Right. Well, anyway, so that was alright. I loved it on the Friday.
Yeah.
And my mate said if you go for 4 weeks in a row without missing a day.
Yeah.
You get a free badge, and I was
and
like,
salvation.
Oh, I don't like all this sort of being stuck in stuff. Do you know what I mean? That's what
don't get tied down.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, every day. Right, so, anyway, so you've got to come again on Sunday, so I thought, well, we'll have another game of table tennis, it'll be alright.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go on the Sunday.
Who was this servant of God?
Right. I go on the Sunday, it's like a totally different club, there's no table tennis.
That's how they trick you.
No Sabutio.
Yeah.
They start handing out Bibles.
Oh.
And
it's like a timeshare thing.
Hang on a minute, right?
They trick you.
So I didn't go again on Sundays, I used to just go on the Friday.
Just go on the Friday, brilliant. Brilliant. I'm amazed no one else thought through that.
Well, the thing is, there used to be loads there on the Friday, so I thought they won't even notice if that I'm not, like, do you know what I mean? That I'm not showing up on a Sunday. So anyway, carried on, it was
just this kid in the vicar?
Oh, I love that. You got one over on the church.
So I was loving it, right? Playing table tennis and that. And then, on a Sunday, they found out where I live, and the head fella started coming round, knocking on the door.
God.
He's everywhere, Rick.
Why did he knock?
The fella...
Politeness.
The fella who, like, ran the club, he started coming around knocking on the door. And I saw him coming up the path, and I said to my mum, oh, it's the fella from the Crusaders. Yeah. She didn't even know what I was...
No. She thought you were off nicking hubcaps and stealing cars.
She didn't have a clue what I was talking about.
You've been going to church?
I don't believe it.
Little bleeder.
That's not how we brought you up.
So, I said, look, just tell him I'm not in, tell him I'm not in. And she had to keep doing this, and they were coming round every Sunday to try and make me, like... Go on a Sunday. It was really important that I went and that I was abusing the system and all this. Anyway, I didn't go, and then...
Why didn't they just tell you on next time we turned up on a Friday?
No, well, because there was so many people there on a Friday, you just get mixed in the crowd.
Yeah.
It was jammed. It was well popular on a Friday.
Yeah.
Right? But anyway, on one of the Sundays, it was quiet for a bit, and, they stopped coming round. So I thought, right, I can go out again, right, on a Sunday, because I used to avoid hanging around the house in case...
What sort of reign of terror is this?
Incredible.
Right. So I thought,
it's like the Spanish Inquisition.
So I thought, great, they forgot about me.
Yeah.
Everything, I can carry on my sort of normal life now.
Yeah.
And I was playing out in the avenue, fella comes round, and he goes, there you are, you know, you're always busy on a Sunday. You enjoy Fridays and that, don't you? I was like, yeah. He goes, well, come on, you've got to come with me. And I couldn't get out of it. No. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what could I say?
Charlie says.
Right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, he nearly killed me in a car crash. So that was the excuse I used next time. He had a Mini, right? And he was driving us there, and he hit the curb, nearly sort of turned over the Mini. Right? There was like 3 of us in the back. So, I said...
Is that a record?
So... Next time, he came round to pick us up, I said, look, really enjoyed it and that. I said, but ever since that journey, I really, you know, I don't want to get in the car with you again, because it scared me a bit. And I said, alright then, I didn't have to go again.
That's alright, isn't it?
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
He almost killed you in a car
It's a
crash.
parable that thank God no one was hurt.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Your life moves in incredible ways.
Yeah.
Rather like God.
Yeah. So, they're probably round there now, aren't they? Going, is he coming tomorrow? Boys are back in town. Thin Lizzy, what a classic.
Beautiful.
Carl, should that be our anthem, me, you and Steve, eh? Eh? Yeah?
Can I just get a couple of bits of admin out of the way?
Go on.
We've had an email from Peter Goff. He has said, where is Richard Anderson?
Where is
He only
Dickers?
tunes in to listen to him.
Where's
and it's absolutely
Dickley?
fair
Where's
enough.
little Dicky Docker?
Little Dickie Anders has not emailed in. If you don't listen normally, Anders is our biggest fan.
He
Normally he's got
loves
some,
us. I just absolutely
but he's
thinks the
normally
world
got
of...
a little bit of constructive criticism,
Oh,
which
well,
we
I
always
mean, he's
appreciate.
not- yeah, we're open to that. Sure, sure,
Exactly.
sure.
So-
you! I'm gonna shove this up your...
So if Dickie Anders is listening, then he might want to get in touch. Also, dear Ricky, I've developed a bit of a fetish for the way you say "winners" in your hit sitcom The Office. I'm trying to get my fiance to say it, but he hasn't quite mastered it yet. Anyway, we're getting married in Las Vegas in a couple of weeks' time. Could you please say "winners" on air as a sort of early wedding
It's
present?
becoming one of the most popular requests at weddings now, me saying winners. So, winners. There's a few I didn't get in. Thatcham. Shinfield. So, there's a Woodley.
There you are.
There you go.
That's beautiful. That's keeping them happy. Good luck to them. That's that's Leopard. One of those stupid email names. If you're going to email us, at least mention your name, because otherwise it makes me sound like a
A
fool.
leopard, the original name for a giraffe.
Interesting. Thanks for that.
Whereas Lego was
Yes.
invented when a mother had sent someone to get some, though there's no name for them. She went, can you go and get some? There was a gap. He went,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'll go and get some, because they weren't called anything. Brought them back, started playing with her. And then she went, look, give me those. He went, no. She went, Lego, you idiot.
Yeah, the actual explanation, various people have emailed us in or phoned in now. The company was set up in 1934. It's a Danish company, obviously.
Yeah.
Lego comes from the Danish words leg got, which means play well, and it was later discovered that it was also a Latin phrase that meant I study or I put together. That's the actual... where did you get that from?
But the thing is, you see, that's where learning's got to be interesting, because if it even started like that, I'd just go, I'm not interested. I'd be looking for...
Oh, so if a fact may be true, but it's just not good enough.
It's not interesting enough for you.
Not interesting enough.
Okay, another quick dilemma for
so
you, Carl.
if Newton would have said, apples are attracted to our heads, be careful, they attack you, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Total bollocks, but you'd have been interested, therefore, in all modern physics. Alright?
Here's another dilemma for you, a quick one from Kate. She says that she's a single woman, she's 6 foot tall. Recently she's found herself being approached by men of, let's say, restricted height. And she's not desperate, but is it ever acceptable in her, she wants to know now, is it ever acceptable for a taller lady to go out with a person of restricted growth? What do you think about that? If you see that on the street, do you think it looks bizarre, do you think it looks odd? Or
So a
should she just go with
6 foot
it?
woman with,
Someone of a dwarfish persuasion.
we can't say sort of that, or the midget word, but
You
I
can't
mean,
say that, no,
that's
that's
a little fella.
Yeah. Is that, so there's a noticeable difference in their height. Is that ever a problem, do you feel?
She's 6 foot, he's 3'4".
Yeah.
If I saw it, I'd just think she's doing it... you
Okay,
know.
okay, let's not do this now.
No, come on, she's doing it what?
Oh.
No, for attention, in a way. Because
Right.
there's loads of
See,
other
I
people...
told you, Steve.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just I mean, is that serious?
I think so.
Well, I mean, if it, whatever
they
makes you
shouldn't-
happy.
Please don't ask Carl
No,
these
but do
sort
you
of
know what I
questions.
mean? If it makes her happy, then do it. But in a way, you're not going to have a normal life.
Oh, God.
No, but you're not, because they're going to get sticks. There's no
so
point bringing
sorry.
trouble onto yourself.
Carl does not necessarily reflect the opinions
Of
the
anybody
management.
else in the world.
Hold on. This woman, she doesn't live in a forest in a little cottage, does she? She hasn't got long black hair and wears a sort of...
She says the guy she's going out with is a miner. In
Really?
a crystal mine, yeah. And he just sings all day on his
Has
way
he
to
got
work.
6 mates?
Apparently so.
Okay, what is it that, Carl?
I'm still... sorry, I wasn't listening. I just was thinking about...
Someone just called up and called him dopey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't they?
I mean, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Why? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you today?
I'm just saying.
What, you're fed up with people, taking issue with some of the stupid things you say? Lego was invented by a mother going, Lego of that. What are we going to do with all the buildings? The earth might collapse. What do you expect people to say? Even our listeners know you're talking rubbish. and some of those aren't allowed to wear socks. I mean...
Listen, right, last week when I did Do We Need 'Em, do you know when I called up one of the museums, the Science Museum?
Yeah, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I wanted to tell you before when the song was on, but you're so busy listening to it.
Yeah, was I so busy listening to a song I was playing?
Yeah, but we're doing a radio show, aren't
Alright,
we?
what's your point?
Well, I just wanted to say, she emailed in to say I got her name wrong, so I'm just apologising for that.
What did you just call her?
I think I called her Jessica.
What was her name?
I don't know, I've got it on email somewhere.
Well, this is not an apology!
No, I'm
You've
just
got
saying...
it wrong again!
You've not even said her real name! How is that an apology?
Well, I remember, I read the email, so, yeah, I
But who are you apologising to?
I think her name's Jackie, I think.
Oh, you've got it wrong again, haven't you?
Well, anyway, and she just said if you want to see dinosaurs and that, go to the museum.
You were complaining about that as well, weren't you? You went to a museum and there was too many dinosaurs. He said you just need 4.
No, well, Steve, have you been to the one in Knightsbridge?
I think
this
so.
one that I called up, right? It's nice. You go in, you get a good collection of stuff. You walk in, there's 3 or 4 dinosaurs. You've had enough, right? I went into New York, right? Went to the museum there, hundreds of them. You can't move for dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're responsible for them being extinct. There's loads of them. So all I'm saying is, if you want to see a dinosaur, go to the one near Knightsbridge. They've got a nice selection, some old vases and stuff. It's worth going. So,
do you work for them? Because that was a pretty big sell.
Well,
You could work that into quite an advert, I imagine. Brilliant. Carl, you're fed up, aren't you? Because you had to get up early.
Well, that's another thing, but will we give out the answers for...
Let's do that after we've played the next tune. I have to say that I'm wondering if Rockbusters, like Do We Need 'Em, is beginning to run its course, because this week we've had very, very few right answers. I think you're just getting too complicated.
Yeah, because his clues and his answers are rubbish. Why don't you start doing proper ones?
These are good. We started off easy, if
I
you
don't know,
remember.
I think some of them are a bit tortuous.
They
But
don't
anyway,
work. Some of them don't work.
Come up with some stuff then.
let's play a tune.
Well, I have.
And we'll come back with the Rockbusters answers in a second.
You haven't come up with anything.